All right, let's welcome you once again into another exciting edition of the Madiba official show. Today is a day that we've all been waiting for. The D-Day is finally here. The day for the El Clasico in Ghana football. The day for Le Classique is finally here. The day for the Sport 2 between the Continental Club Masters. Never say that until the ones are rotten. That is arroz. Be quiet and don't be silly. We are the famous House of Folk. We never say die. Against Asante Kotoko, the Bokupine Warriors, Krobia Asante Kotoko no, Metema Emanteno, Kotoko, Ena Enei, Amona Egua Pasui. So between these two sides, who is kind of day? Will it be Asante Kotoko, or will it be the home side House of Folk? This is a game of a lot of bearing. One for the President's Cup, and also for the Ghana Premier League 3 points, and also denting the title hopes of your arch rivals. And then again, take you home the bragging rights. So who is who? Today, not today. So let's not waste your time, but please help us by subscribing to this channel for videos like these and many more. This is the channel that keeps on updating you with the happenings in Ghana football. We preview the Ghana Premier League as and when it happens. We review them, and also we look at the issues happening in the Black Stars camp and what have you. So please, if you are here to subscribe, kindly subscribe. And if you are an old subscriber, we really appreciate each and every one of you. House of Folk will be playing at home against Asante Kotoko in today's game at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, House of Folk in the Ghana Premier League this season, they played 19 matches. And out of the 19 matches that they played, House of Folk have won 7 matches. They won 7 out of the 19 matches that they played. They've drawn 7 and they've lost 4 in the Ghana. So they've lost 5 in the Ghana Premier League. They've won 7, drawn 7, and lost 5. They've scored, that is 19 goals, and conceded 16 goals in the Ghana Premier League. Kotoko, on the other hand, that's the away side. They played 19 matches. They've won 8 of the 19 matches. They've drawn 7 and lost 4. So Kotoko have 1 more victory over House of Folk and 1 less defeat over House of Folk, and they've scored 26 goals in the process. As a matter of fact, they are the highest scoring team in the Ghana Premier League. Kotoko are the highest scoring team with 26 goals. But as for the goals conceded, they and House of Folk share the same record. Kotoko have conceded 16 goals. House of Folk have also conceded 16 goals in the Ghana Premier League. House of Folk's top scorer is Benjamin York with 4 goals. Kotoko's top scorer is Stephen Desemukwala with some 8 goals in the Ghana Premier League. So it tells you that this will be a very cagey encounter at home. House of Folk have won just 3 matches at home, whilst Kotoko on their travels have won just 2. Kotoko's 2 victories, that is on the road, have been one against King Faisal at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and also they went all the way to Takwa TNA Park to beat Dares Mediama Sporting Club by a goal to 0. So this is how their current form goes like. And the Ghana Premier, the last match day, House of Folk lost in the midweek against Accra Great Olympics in the Ghana Manchester Derby by a goal to 0 through Samuel Ashikwe. He converted the penalty to give Accra Great Olympics the victory. Kotoko, on the other hand, they won their last game in the Ghana Premier League by a goal to 0. Enoch Morrison, the former player for King Faisal, getting the goal for Asante Kotoko. So looking at their last game and their current form, this game will not be an easy one at all because these are two teams that know themselves very well. As a matter of fact, in the Ghana Premier League currently, one is not doing well at home, one team is not doing well away. Kotoko are not good travelers, while the other folk are not good when they are playing at home. That's what makes this game an interesting one. And their points build up. Kotoko have that is 31 points on second position on the league log. On the 8th, or that is when you look at other folk, they are about 7th on the league log with 28 points. But another fact, when you look at the league table, when you look at the league table this season, from the 8th to the second position, is that 3 points that separate them. So what it means that a draw or a defeat and you are out of your perch. Berekum Charles that are 8th have 28 points. Kotoko that is currently second have 31 points. So that's just 3 points separating them. So this game, as I said earlier on, it has a lot of bearing. So each and every team will endeavor to win this game. Let's look at the probable lineup before we delve into more facts about the game. This is a game that, for other folk, I expect these players to start. In goal post, Richmond Ayi and Eric Oforiato are the ones in camp. But I'm going for Richmond Ayi because of his form and his consistency in the team. Oforiato has been in and out of the team. So Richmond Ayi should be in goal post. Right fullback should be, as usual, Samuel Inkum. Left back, Dennis Nkrumah Kosa. Centre back, Perrin. Because there's no Robert Adusowa, I'll go in with Caleb Amankwa and then Kunedu Yadom. Caleb, Kunedu Yadom partner themselves at the heart of defense. Then the middle of the park, I'll go in with Jordan Glade Otanga, Eric Eso, then Linda Mtange, Yao Amankwa Befi. Then I'll have Salif Ibrahim for creativity. He has not been at the sparkling best in recent times, but hey, you and I know the quality of Salif Ibrahim Di Maria. Out front, I'll go in with Albert Iyonde. Albert Diego Iyonde. So these will be the players that I will start in this game. Then for Kotoko, in goal post, as usual, the debate will still linger on even after this game because of the form of the two goalkeepers, Frederick Asare and then Danlad Ibrahim. The last league game, it was Danlad who kept the post for Kotoko and he kept a clean sheet against Bechem United. And for experience sake and the know-how, I'll go in with Danlad as my starting goalkeeper. Right fullback, I don't think there's any debate. Augustin Japan will be the right fullback. The left back would be Nicholas Osei-Bonsu. Centre back pair of Mohamed Sharif and Mohamed Alassan. Then the middle of the pack, I'll go in with Richard Boadu Agadas. Richard Boadu Agadas, Richmond Lamptey. Richmond Lamptey and Mohamed Sharif, the midfielder. Up front, I'll go in with Enoch Morrison. Then Stephen Desemukwala alongside Georges Rodriguez and Fege Mba. So these are the players that will be starting for both sides in this game. Now, when you look at these two sides, since 2020, they've met 7 times. When you add the present cap to 8, they've met 7 times. And out of the 7 times, one thing that is very significant is that they've all won 2 matches apiece and the other 3 ended in a drawn game. That's since 2020. After the normalization and everything, they met 7 competitive matches. And the first one was in 2020 when Kotoko won by 2-1. If you quite remember, Justice Blay scoring the opener for Asante Kotoko before Eric Eso equalized for Hazelfolk Nabi Keita scoring a last-minute penalty for Asante Kotoko for them to win the game by 2-1. The year before, after that, they met, and if you quite remember, On that occasion, Kotoko Folk won by a goal to nil. When they played in Accra, Daniel Banyafriye scored that goal and they drew in Kumasi. That was the year that the Folk won the Ghana Premier League. Last season in the Ghana Premier League, they met twice with the Folk not winning any one of them. Kotoko winning the Papayara own. That Fabio Gama penalty that was converted by Frank Thierry Etuga Mbella. Frank Thierry Etuga Mbella converted that penalty on a 17th minute to give Kotoko the victory. So in the 2 matches last season, Folk won 1, Kotoko won 1, and the other ended in a drawn game. Then you look at the present cup last year, Folk won that game by 2 goals to 1. Patrick Razak Omotoyosi scoring the winner for Darius Hearts of Oak for them to win the present cup. So that was the second victory after they won that last 2 seasons. Then this season already, the one that they played in Kumasi ended 1-1 apiece. It was Kotoko that took the lead before Folk equalized. So looking at Mubarak scored for Kotoko, you see Mubarak scored for Kotoko before Caleb Amankwa equalized for Folk at that time, or that was the last match for Samuel Boadu, the former coach of Folk. So these two sides, there is little choose between them when you look at their recent history and even the Ghana Premier League log. A victory for the home side and they will go level on points with Kotoko on a league log. So Folk want to win this game, but they have to make sure that they will show up the back line because they pass the ball very well. But when it comes to where it all matters, up front, that's where they've been lacking. Albert Diego Iyonde Diodoni is yet to score a goal since he signed for the club. Isaac Mensah, the same thing. If you look at Victor Edu, since he returned, he has scored just a solitary goal for the club. And in the middle of the park, Eric Esau is not scoring. Jordan Great Otanga is not scoring. Linda Mtangi, the same thing. Said Surai too. I don't know whether he has lost his scoring boots. Then look at Glasson Waku, the same thing. So all the folk have the problem that's in scoring goals. So whenever they create, they cannot take the chances. And when the team stretch them up, they are caught wanting. At times, tennis constant recovering becomes a problem. So when you look at them, when they played against both Olympics and Darius Idena Stars, their backline were stretched, and that was when the opponents got the victory. So today's game will be a game that won't see how well the defensive shape of Folk will be. Kuradu Yadom, since he came to Folk, he said to have a big game. And if I was to be him, I will use this game as a springboard into saving my Folk career. For Caleb Amankwa, recent matches, he has been super splendid for Folk, scoring, goal, defending, and what have you. The right fullback to Samuel Ikum have come under a lot of criticism and pressure. So you look at this Folk backline, and for me, there's a problem over there. Although, when you look at the goals conceded count, they have the same number of goals conceded. But the problem, as I said earlier on, has been the strikers. They scored just 19 goals. That's the team. Entire team have scored 19 goals in the process, and their top scorer had some 4 goals. Tells you that the club needs some help, that they have to get it from anywhere on the pitch. And for me, it's a game for Zlatko Matic because of everything that he has gone through. I learned the police advised him to stay off the team for some time now, But as of recording this video, I was yet to get to know whether he will be on the bench or not. So even if he will not be there, he's the one that trained the team and he will be the one to make the selection. So he has to give the club a very good game today, and the strikers have to start being purposeful. They have to start showing the reason why they won the league last 2 seasons ago. Because this is a game that has a lot of bearing. I've been saying and I've been reiterating. It's also the game for the President Cup. The president will be there. The president of Guinea will also be there as a special guest. So you want to showcase your talent because the dignitaries over there, you don't know who will also be there to also scout you. And if you ask about 90% of Ghanaian footballers, Their dream is to play outside this country. On the part of Kotoko, they too are scoring the goals. They are banging the goals left, right, center. That's why they are the top scoring team in the Ghana Premier League, scoring some 26 goals in the process. Because goes to their opponent had been the back line. That's why they brought in Mohamed Alassane. The last game that he played before Bechem, he considered a penalty against the Vienna Stars, but he was able to dust himself up against Bechem, and he did super splendid. He did very well against Darius Bechem United, and this game too against his former club, a club that kicked him out, a club that he used to captain. He will have a lot of things to prove, and for me, he shouldn't have that one at the back of his mind. If not, he will try to over-impress, and that's when the player will come. So he should take in to the game with a lot of calmness, because he has the experience to do so. At a 30 or 31, he knows the league through and through from Wafa to Huddersfield, so he has to play like he's playing his normal game. Right? Ajapon too, on the right fullback position, has also showed some calmness. His qualities has to be on point because Mokoala always feeds on services. The midfield, Richard Boyd Agadas, in recent matches, his passes hasn't been on point. He has started giving the pinpoint, accurate passes that we know him to be. Richmond Lamptey, his drives, Kotoko will be needing it in this game. You look at Darius, Rashid Notte, who is injured. He will come into the game at some point in time. Kotoko will need how he's able to take the sting out of the game, so he can be able to hold on to the ball and lay down the passes and become the last runner into the opponent's half. Then up front, in Fegi, this season, a solitary goal is nothing good to write home about. In about 18, 17 matches, scoring 1 goal in the Ghana Premier League, he has up his game. And how will it be if he is to step up in today's game, because supporters will remember him for a long time. Mokoala too have been scoring at home, but away goals are not forthcoming. And this away game, can he be able to prove his critics wrong once again by banging in the goals? So there's a lot of bearing and connotation in this game. Enoch Morrison, a player on form, scoring left, right, center. Against Accra Lions, he scored. Against Bechem, he got a winner for Kotoko. So these players on the field of play, those at the bench, have to make sure that they take the game to the opponent, because as I said, this is a game that a lot of dignitaries will be watching because of the President Cup bearing. And also you look at the fact that this is the flagship match in Ghana. The most glamorous clubs in this country pitting up against themselves. No matter the form that they are in, they are still the best that we can offer. So for me, we want to see an interesting and exciting game. Said Zerbo too, just like Matic, has also come under pressure, although he was able to alleviate some of the pressure by winning against Bechem United. But if he doesn't win this game, and looking at this midweek, all that happened at other folk, supporters sacking the coach from the training grounds, the coach going to the police station to report, going to Togo Federer. You look at the NCC's PRO, NCC chairman, and all of you that have been happening in the camp of other folk, supporters of Kotoko will want nothing than a victory. So this will be an interesting matchup. Look at the records, statistics, and the probable lineup. For me, I'm going in with a drawn game. I don't see a victory for any side in this game. Let us know your thoughts on this game. Please, if you're going to subscribe, kindly subscribe to the channel for videos like this and many more.